Hey y'all, this is Prattski, and I'm doing this video because I want to get y'all's take on a particular topic, particular game, which is Magic the Gathering. I had a good friend of mine back really when Magic was just getting started, which I think was 93, 94. And he was starting to get some of these cards, and he built some decks, and he's like, yeah, you really got to play this. And I didn't even really know the rules all that well. He gave me this deck and said, oh, this deck is so cool because of this. And I played it. I didn't really know what I was doing. We did that a few times here and there. But I wasn't really bought into the game. I didn't have any of my own cards. And I don't recall having fun with it. And I think there was this general stigma that I had around the game and some of the players of the game that I just thought, you know what? I'm never going to be a Magic the Gathering player. It's just not my thing. And that's kind of what I thought would be the carry through for the life of me, I guess. I had not planned on playing, didn't have any interest in playing, and I thought that was kind of that. But I took my son to our friendly local game store, and we went there with actually nothing in our hands, and we had planned to just go and pick a game off of the demo shelf and learn it and play it. And that game was Dice Throne, and we actually had a great time playing it. Definitely might be something I would consider picking up at some point, but that's not part of the story really. That was just kind of what was happening in front of us. It happened to be Friday night, and I didn't know this, but there's Friday Night Magic that happens all across the country, maybe across the world. I don't know. But there was quite a number of people at the store playing, and my son was quite distracted and constantly looking at what they were doing. He'd heard of it before, but didn't know a whole lot about Magic. And he said, Dad, that kind of looks cool. That kind of looks fun. Have you ever played? Do you know anything about it? And I said, well, I know a little about it, but haven't really played much. I've never owned any of it. And so we kind of left it at that. And we went home, and the next morning we were watching some YouTube videos about it, just like, what does it look like to get started? And we found some videos, and as we were watching, I think I kind of stayed level, like, yeah, I'm not really necessarily drawn to this. But my son was just like, man, I really want to try that. And knowing that it's a game that you have to know and play other people, I thought, like, what's it gonna hurt? I'll at least buy a starter pack and get started with him. We'll play it a little bit, and I'm sure it's not going to be just absolute boring. Like, it'll probably be a little bit fun. And so we researched on what we needed to buy, and we decided, based on what I could tell, that we needed to go with this Planeswalker deck. And so I went with this Dovin guy, and he went with... I'm blanking. It was a red and green mana colored. I think it might have also started with a D. But anyway, they're two of the more, or the most recent sets, I believe. And we bought them. Mine was a white and blue. His was a red and green. And we started to try to figure out how to play. I also called another local store to see if they had any of these like welcome decks, which I guess are normally given out for free to people who have never played, to help teach new people how to get into the game. And I called a different store that's about 20 minutes away, and they said, oh, actually, there's a teaching event that we have going on this afternoon. You should come, and you'll get a free deck. It's free. The teaching event is free. Just come and show up, bring your son, and we'll walk you through everything. And we were free, and so we went in. We got our deck. We started playing, and we actually had a really good time. And that helped us, figure out how to play with our actual decks. And so we went home, and we started playing with those. and we were just pretty enthralled by the artwork in general. Thought it was just very, very cool. And I had no idea that the 5 different mana colors in general kind of have these different feels to them, these different approaches and how they play out. And the 2 free welcome decks that we got complemented our own Planeswalker decks, and so we started swapping out some cards. And once we did that, we sort of felt this like, ooh, I kind of like this, when we that night we stayed up until a little past 1 a.m. just playing round after round after round against each other and having a great time. And then I decided, like, you know what? If this is something that I'm doing with my son and we're both really enjoying it together, let's keep it up. Like, you might as well. Like, it's a great way for me to connect with him, and I'm liking it, he's liking it. Let's just keep doing it. So I ended up buying each of us this Deck Builder's Toolkit, which gave us a bunch of extra mana cards in all the different colors, and came with 4 booster packs and then 125 cards from recent sets, it says, which I guess are all the same. So we got 125 of the same cards and then 4 booster packs. And then we started going to town building out our decks in the colors that we had the most. And where it stands right now is that I have an all-white deck that's actually pretty powerful. Unless I pull really bad cards, he hasn't been able to beat it yet. And I'm currently working on building an all-blue deck that I'm going to see how that goes and how that plays. But all that to say, I'm shocked. I did not think that I was going to ever want to get into this game. But now I find myself really enjoying it a lot. And I've signed my son and I up for a pre-release event at the end of April. And I think we might try to hit up a Friday Night Magic session or 2 before then. And see what the community's like, see how that goes, and what it's like to play against other people than just he and I. But yeah, I was really caught off guard. But I'm totally new to this though, right? So maybe it'll get stale, maybe it'll get boring, maybe there's going to be aspects of it that I end up really not liking, that end up turning me off. I don't know, but I want to throw it out there as a kind of a question to any of you who are watching. How long have you been playing? Do you still like it? What do you really like about it? What don't you like about it? And then also, what are your suggestions for somebody who's brand new into it? And what are good buys? What should I stay away from? We are planning to be just casual players. I don't think we're going to be the type where we're going out there looking for purchasing individual cards to make a very specific deck. I more like the idea of just trying to make the best deck you can with the cards that you have, and maybe occasionally getting some booster packs to supplement that, and having that excitement of opening up something new and maybe seeing like, ooh, I could definitely see how this would fit in this deck that I built a lot better. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't know. So we're just kind of riding this wave, seeing how it goes, but would love to hear feedback from all of you. And so this is coming at it from a guy who'd never thought I'd be buying this stuff. But anyway, I will leave it at that. So feel free to comment. Would love to hear your feedback. And thanks for watching.